Hey, I'm Sarah Clay, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to change the URL of your LinkedIn profile. First of all, what do I mean by the URL of your LinkedIn profile? Your LinkedIn URL is the piece of information you give people when they want to find you on LinkedIn. So you literally copy and paste the link to your profile on LinkedIn, and then people can click on that link and poof, there they go, straight into your profile on LinkedIn. So what's wrong with the URL that LinkedIn give you when you join? Good question. Basically, when you join LinkedIn, LinkedIn give you a piece of code to make sure that your LinkedIn URL is completely separate from anybody else's. So if, for example, somebody else on LinkedIn had the same name as you, your piece of code would be different from theirs. Obviously, having a different URL from everybody else on LinkedIn is essential, but you can customize your LinkedIn URL to make it a little bit more bespoke, a little bit more you, if you like. If you shorten your URL and remove the bit of code that LinkedIn give you, it just makes you look a little bit more professional. It also helps you be remembered better because you're going to remove the code and you're just going to have your name in there so that people, when they read it, the last thing they'll see is your name, not a piece of code. It's actually very, very simple to change your LinkedIn URL. So it's worth doing because although the difference isn't dramatic, because it's so easy and it does make a difference, I advise that you do it as soon as you can. Once you've created your new LinkedIn URL, your old one still works. So if you've previously given that to somebody else, that's fine. They can still click on that and get to the same profile page, which is your profile page. So now I'm going to go over to my LinkedIn profile and show you how you can customize your LinkedIn URL so that it matches your brand much better. So here I am on my LinkedIn homepage, and you can tell I'm on my homepage because there's a black line beneath where it says home in the top bar, and also that's slightly darker, that icon is slightly darker than the other icons along the top. So this is my home feed where I can have a look to see all of the other posts that other people have posted that I can look at. Now, to get to my LinkedIn profile, I go to this section here where it says me, click on this arrow and view profile. So here I am in my LinkedIn profile. And to get the URL of my LinkedIn profile, I just go up to the search bar up here, and this is it. So if I wanted to share this URL with somebody else, I just highlight that, right click, press copy, and then I can paste that into a message, into a Facebook group, whatever it is. So that is my URL, my profile. And you will see there are no numbers, there's no code or anything after it because I've already customized mine. It looks very neat, don't you think? Just having my name with a hyphen in the middle. Okay, so to change yours, go over to the right-hand side, and here we have Edit Public Profile and URL. So click on there, and up at the top here, you will see it you can just about see where it says edit your custom URL. Now, I don't know why it always peeps under there, but it does. So here is the full URL of my profile, and you'll see there's a little pencil next to it, which I'm going to click. And you will see that only the last bit of my LinkedIn URL is in the box. The first bit you cannot change, that's uneditable, but this bit you can. So if you've got numbers after your name, click at the end and delete those numbers and see what happens. It may be that you can just use your name in plain form and save, and it'll save. If it doesn't, what that means is that somebody else is already using that URL. And obviously you cannot have the same URL as somebody else. So you're going to have to do some tweaks. So for me, I put a hyphen in between my two names, my first name and my second name. And actually, I think it looks very clear. I like the fact that I've got a hyphen in between the two names. Something else you could do is use perhaps a middle initial, Or you could put some numbers at the end, but make sure that they are numbers that relate to you, that you will remember, maybe the year that you joined LinkedIn or any random numbers. So that is how you can change your LinkedIn URL to suit you and customize it for you. And once you've made the changes that LinkedIn have accepted and you're happy with, you click Save. And that is your new LinkedIn URL. And it tells you at the bottom, there's a little pop-up that says, success, we've updated your settings. So from the moment that you've changed your LinkedIn URL, it takes effect. It takes effect immediately. So as I said, you can use your old URL, okay, or you can use this new one. I really hope that was useful. If it was, please comment below. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd love you to subscribe. And also, did you know that I run a free Facebook group called Learn to Love LinkedIn? And it's full of LinkedIn learners supporting each other and growing on their LinkedIn journey. So head over to Facebook group, Sarah Clay, Learn to Love LinkedIn, and join my free Facebook group. And let's carry on learning together. See you soon.